guys, so today let's talk about food wastage, shortage, spoilage, whatever you want to call it, because it is obviously a very important aspect of this industry. So if you're doing fresh food, obviously you have to use fresh product. You can't go freezing everything, defrosting. If you do that, you're going to have quality issues, you're going to have complaining customers, and honestly, it's just not going to work out that way. So in my case, in my Persian restaurant, so as you know, we cook skewers like this. So what I try and estimate is for every skewer, I'll put about 150 to 200 grams of meat on it. So if that's the case, the way I do it is if I'm buying 10 kilos of product and I'm skewering it all, I'll end up with between 40 to 50 skewers. So for instance, today I've ordered 10 kilos of chicken breast. Now fair enough, you have to trim some of it. So let's just say we've wasted about 200 grams, okay? Not a big deal. If that's the case, I'm gonna have about 40 skewers to last me. Now depending on how busy we are, that'll go by tomorrow or the next day. Now because we are marinating it, the longer you leave it, the better it will be, but don't go leaving it for like a week or two because it's just not going to be the same. It will go dry. So you need to calculate based on how many bookings you have, how much stock you need. Okay, now if you're opening your first restaurant and this is all new to you, believe me guys, have more than less, because you need to actually waste some of it. Even if you have to just give it away for free, give it out as samples, don't just throw it out. In my case, if we're very quiet one week and I know I have too much product left, I'll either give some of my customers free skewers, or I'll give it to my staff, or I'll just give them away. Now guys, by doing it this way, and keeping in mind what days your suppliers will deliver, in my case, as I mentioned, my meats come every day. So if I run out tomorrow, not a big deal. I mean, even if I have to go to the supermarket, it's not a big deal. Now in saying that, the first year that we opened this restaurant, believe me, we'd run out of stuff all the time, and I'm not talking about meat, I'm talking about rice, vegetables, avocados, even the basics. Now in my case, luckily there's a supermarket literally just 5 minutes down the road. I mean, you have to pay more, but as an emergency, it's fine. But after a while, you start to get into a habit of what you need, how busy you are, and you'll make it work just in your head. So guys, in my case, I'm going to marinate the chicken now. So in my case, I've got about 10 kilos of chicken breast here. So as I said, by going by that ratio, this will give me about 40 to 50 skewers. It will either last me until tomorrow or the day after. So I usually order every 2 days for chicken. So we'll make our marinade first. Now of course you've seen this recipe on YouTube, I'm not going to hide. I'm going to show you exactly how I'm doing it now again, so you know I'm not doing anything different. So we'll start off with our pepper. We'll add in our turmeric, our saffron water, our oil. Now yes, you won't see me using measuring cups, I'll do it by the eye. So once you get a habit of it, it will always come out the same once you get used to it. That's our lemon juice. That's our salt. Our yogurt. And we'll just give this a whisk. And that's our marinade ready. So we'll bring our chicken back. We'll add in our chopped onions. So I always have buckets of onions ready because we use a lot, obviously. And we're just going to go ahead and add that straight in. Now that will stay in our hands, so always wear gloves. And we'll give that a good mix together. Alright, so that's ready as you can see. So guys, lid on. Never store anything uncovered in a fridge. Health inspectors won't like that. And this goes back into our fridge, or in my case, cool room. Okay, So now let's just say you've had a quiet week, and I mean a very quiet week, and you know that chicken won't last. Don't throw it out. All you gotta do is simply cook it off, make salads with it. That's how you come up with specials. Specials aren't anything special. Generally, they're just a way for a restaurant to get rid of a product, or even try and release a new product. So if you're thinking about doing a menu change or a new addition to a menu or a revision, you can do specials. If you have too much stock, you can do specials, and so forth. Okay guys, so that's the chicken done. Next I have to do lamb barg, which is the Persian kebab of course. So what I've already done is butterfly these. So I did these last night, so they're nice and ready today. And always use sharp knives in the kitchen. So we'll just put them together like that, and we'll begin tenderizing it with a knife. So the lamb barg is something I always do after lunch or during the times that we're closed. Reason being is quite simple. If you're going to be banging against a chopping board that loud on a metal sink, you're going to start pissing off a lot of customers. So I like to do it always before or after there are customers in here. In the event that we're really busy and we run out, that's a different story. Obviously if there's a lot of people in here, then they won't really hear it, they won't care. So that's what I need to do now. Now let's just say you're in the same situation as me. You're doing Persian food, you're doing kebabs, right? Let's just say you've prepped too much backstrap. Okay, now this much, I know there's about 8 kilos here from what I remember I did. This won't even last me this week because we go through quite a bit of this. Let's just say it doesn't, not a big deal. We've just prepped this fresh and it's fresh meat. Just wrap it now and put it straight into the freezer straight away. Don't leave it for a day or two, freeze it straight away. As you can see, it's also very thin, so it's very easy to thaw and cook. Okay, so let me take you back to the cool room now. So guys, as you can see, all my raw product, and I should say raw meat products, they're all on the bottom shelf of my cool room. So these are all marinating. So once the meat comes in from my deliveries, I'll process them and marinate them, whatever I have to do straight away. That's very important to keep everything like that on a separate shelf. As you can see, the top shelf is empty because we've gone through everything at lunchtime, so that's all the fresh product down there. So guys, proper storage of product in your cool room will reduce spoilage. I guarantee that. As you know, if you put anything cooked near the raw product, it's going to contaminate it. So keep raw completely separate. As you can see in my situation, it's on the complete opposite side of the cool room. So guys, that's really all there is when it comes to food spoilage. Keep it clean, keep it organized, don't over order. When you're initially starting up, it's completely different because you don't want to have shortages then. But if you're in a situation where you have too much stock, that's when you do specials. That's when you tell your staff, hey, if you sell extra of these, I'll give you 10% of the profit from that. So there's little things you can do like that to ensure you're never wasting money on shortages. Alright guys, so I guess that wraps it up for this video. If you have any other questions, just leave them in the comments. I'll either answer them there or do them in the next following video. Time is 3:30 now, so usually I try to go to the gym for about an hour just to relax, get cooking out of my mind and everything like that out of my mind. But before we do, I always like to check the fish, so let's go and check that. Alright, so they're doing alright. Everybody looks happy. I fed them only about 10 minutes ago. So that should be enough for today. Alright, so be sure to be subscribed and make sure you're following. I'll have new videos like this all the time. If you got any comments or suggestions about it, let me know in the comments. And I hope I'm helping all you guys out. See you soon.